Do not touch your phone. Right after today's tech update, we're diving into a must-hear call from my weekend Kim Komando show that you can get as a podcast. It's called Kim Komando Today. It's now official. One of the most important health features of the Apple Watch is disabled, and Apple, apparently caught stealing technology, is to blame. If you accuse someone or some company of stealing and they didn't, they can sue you and win. So I'm going to be very careful with this Apple Watch business. This is my personal opinion based on my research. And yes, everyone except Apple agrees that Apple stole technology owned by a medical technology company called Masimo to measure a vital health metric on the Apple Watch, your blood's oxygen saturation. Apple cannot explain how Masimo's technology got into its watch. As of today, all new Series 9 Apple Watches can no longer measure your blood oxygen. Very clearly, Apple makes a lot of money, and Apple owes the world an explanation for how this happened. Enter to win a $1,000 PC or Mac right now at komando.com/win. Yes, another brilliant call from my weekend show. You're gonna love it. Here it is. Danny in Pensacola, Florida. Hi there, Danny.
Well, after 77 years, I didn't think I would ever find myself in a position that I would be doing the types of things that I'm doing. So, but I'm putting together a newsletter each month for our VFW. And it's overwhelming, really, with the number. We have 300 members in the VFW, and we have about 300 auxiliary members. And this newsletter needs to go out to each of those each month. And currently, I have the names in a word sheet that are broken down in like 50 names, and I send those out 50 at a time, 50 at a time, 50 at a time. But then also every month, I need to add and subtract members. So, it's very time-consuming, and it's not very efficient.
No, you're doing it the wrong way, Danny. You are. Come on.
Well, I'm an old goat, so.
No, it's okay. You know what? Sometimes it's like, if it's not broken, why fix it? But this is broken, and you're going to love me forever when I tell you how you're going to be doing this the new way. There are mailing services out there. One's called MailChimp, another one's called Constant Contact. And these are services that you can hit one button and then it will send out your newsletters out. And you said you had two groups, is that right?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, so we're just going to say group 1 and group 2, okay? So you're going to sign up over at MailChimp.com because how many people do you have?
300. Okay. Well, actually, a total of 600, but the two groups are 300 each.
All right. So, this is free, I think, up until you hit like 1,000 or 5,000 or some number like that. And so you sign up at MailChimp, and then you create whatever you want to mail out. And they have templates, or you can upload your own graphics, your own images, or whatever you want, logos, things like that. So you're going to use their templates and then put all your messages in there. Now, you mentioned that you had this in a Word doc, or is it in a spreadsheet or something, the names?
Well, the names, I can get them either in a spreadsheet, Excel spreadsheet, or a comma-separated format. So,
yeah, MailChimp as well as Constant Contact, they will allow you to import a CSV file, which is that Excel spreadsheet, okay? And so you're going to upload your all your names, and you can have the two groups, 1 and 2. And then you design whatever you want to send out to them via email. And then you put a subject to it, a from line, and you have to have a mailing address at the bottom. And, it'll kind of walk you through because they want to make sure you're not a spammer.
Sure.
And then no longer will you have to go ahead and remove people if that email address is invalid or anything like that, because you're going to have a way for them to unsubscribe if they don't want it anymore. They can change their email address, as well as on a website or in another email or however you want to distribute this, or at a meeting at the VFW, is you can say, if you want to sign up for our free newsletter, go to our website. And there you're going to have a sign-up form for the newsletter. So this way you're getting out of adding and removing people, right?
Okay, great.
Which is going to save you just a ton of time. One thing is that I want you to keep an eyeball out on the open rate and the click rate, because this will tell you how well that you're doing. And you can also put trackers on if you want them to click to a form on a website for them to say sign up to volunteer or do something, is that you can put tracking codes on there so you'll know, okay, I sent it out to 300 people. We had 278 people open it. and we had 30 people actually click to the website to volunteer. And so it gives you a lot of data. But most importantly is that no longer, Danny, okay, are you going to be sending out at 50 people at a time, all right? And,
all right.
And you're no longer are you going to have to say, oh, I got to take this name off the list. Oh, I got to add this name to the list, because we're going to just make life easy for you. And it does it all for free. I mean, really, it's just great. I mean,
yeah.
Now, if you have any questions afterwards, anything I can lend a hand to, just make sure, I'm always here for you. Again, that's MailChimp and Constant Contact. I think for your purposes, I think MailChimp is going to be right up your alley, and it's super easy to get started. Again, it's free, so it's definitely worth a shot. It's going to save you all that time. With that time, make sure that you're doing something like going over to Komando.com, or you're getting our free newsletter, because this way we always keep that tech know-how going. And thanks for your call today, Danny. A standing ovation to you for tuning in. Yay! Now, if you're puzzled by a tech issue, here's your call to action. Head to Komando.com, select Email Kim. I read each and every note like it's the final round in a tech trivia game. And you can amp up your tech know-how by getting my free daily newsletter. It's just waiting for you over at GetKim.com.